Alright then, Z, I take it you need my help?
Trevor? Trevor, is that you?
Well, yeah. Grey Dragon swooping in, saving everybody all over again, as per usual.
Trevor! We thought you were dead!
We did think you were... Trevor, how dare you make us think you were dead? Absolutely deplorable. You know what? You're on janitorial duties. Boris and I have been traveling the universe, all across midspace, just... You are in big trouble, young man.
Yes, good to see you too, Z. Boris, both of you. Look, it took me a while to dig Reese out, okay?
Reese, make sure that you adjust Trevor's seat to be less comfortable.
You know I do not have those kind of functions, Z. However, if you would like to install a less comfortable pilot seat for Trevor, that would be okay. Reese, no, shut up. Oh, yeah, I am actually in the middle of a dogfight right now, so a little bit of appreciation wouldn't go amiss.
Well, thank you, Reese, for bringing Trevor back to us.
It was my pleasure. Oh, heck. I've got the Honey Boy, by the way.
What?
I saved it for you. Boris, that ship that the two of you flew off mid-space, I saved that as well.
The MAX! Oh, yes!
This gets you some points back, Trevor. You're still in trouble. Thank you for coming to save us, though.
Well, it took me bloody while. You guys have been cutting a line through the outskirts of space for a while. Do you realize how long it took me to actually track you down? Well, at least we can deal with all this problem here on Garcia Station, then we can go get Cleo.
What?
Oh, all right, Robin. I about almost got this panel off the wall. Now, I seen something. I know about these things, and they can be pried right off. So you get yours. We'll take the brunt of this wall.
I'm not entirely sure that I have the necessary upper body strength for the task.
Just get under it. Get under it. They barely glue these things on. I'm going through back first this time.
Right, well, I guess I'll just protect my head. I might need you to carry me for the first little while I regenerate, if that's all the same.
All right, you ready? Here goes something.
Well, can't be any worse failing at this than...
Well, step one.
Yes, you seem to have managed to
Check.
keep some of your skin on at least. Sorry for how I look.
Oh, come on, Robin. We're getting out of here.
Give me a minute there. It's knitting back together. Hello and welcome everybody to that chopping board where we're going like bang, 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 chop, 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 onions, carrots, garlic. We're getting it in a pan. We're browning that with a little bit of oil, and then we deglaze it with red wine to make the beginnings of a nice spicy sauce that we call the Backwater Bastards in space.
In space.
I'll be your dungeon master for the day. With me today, we have the players. Daniel, a.k.a. Dr. Z, the psychic jellyfish.
Yes, and now Trevor is going to be very impressed with this pump.
And Tay, a.k.a. Cleo deCap, the explosives expert bear.
Why, yes, I am.
And joining us as always, head chef right there in the middle, barking orders as we try to run this restaurant.
Licking the spoon.
Oh, and putting it straight back in. Double dipping. It is the active.
The vigorous.
Oh, the tough.
The robust.
The hearty.
The lively.
And the healthy. It's DM. Dick Dynamite.
In the soup.
Thank you very much.
It's a hearty, healthy stew.
It is.
Oh, yum, yum, yum. Need some cooking now.
Oh, you've made me very hungry. Hungry for story, but also hungry for whatever that pasta dish was, or soup dish. It sounded very nice.
I mean, that's the beginning of, probably the beginning of a pasta sauce, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. All right,
Bang on
Dickie.
some tomatoes, that's going to be good.
You've put us in quite the predicament. You've rejoined a friend to the squad, and so recap music now.
Yes, we've got a few things going on at once. The Backwater bastards were separated during the battle in midspace.
We were.
Spread across the wind. Cleo, believed dead, carried back to her home planet of Dias to be
Believe it.
buried in the good dirt.
Believe it.
However, inexplicably has attained some manner of self-regeneration, self-healing, coming back from the brink of death, but ending up being captured by BioLife for hideous experiments into immortality, where she met a fellow captive and science experiment, Robin, who has a similar regenerative capacity. The two of them are planning an escape. Meanwhile, Dr. Ze and Boris escaped with their lives, but with very little of their joy for life, very little of their vigor and happiness left behind, believing all of their friends to be dead.
Oh.
They drank in many of the darkest bars. They stole, they pillaged, they fought. They became buff.
Yes.
They became pump boys.
Yes.
And they reunited with M8, the tiny little synth from Z's past. In an attempt to do something useful with the time they have left on this earth, they decided to come out of their boozy retirement and help M8 to save the synths, the free people of Garcia Station, who had been conscripted into the synth army to continue the battle happening in midspace. But they ran into a bit of a wall when they tried to help as many of the conscripts escape as possible, and the synth army struck back. Huge tanks, flying drones, all manner of dangerous, techie enemies, and things had become a little bit grim with the escapees essentially ending up in a meat grinder, trying to run away, getting chased behind by tanks. But Trevor, who was left on midspace behind, followed in their trail, digging up Reese and saving the Grey Dragon, following their pattern, finding out where everyone was, and coming in the nick of time to turn the tide of the battle, which is where we are up to date.
Dang. When you say it all like that, it's really it's a lot.
Bit of a mess.
It's a lot, Robin. It's a bit of a mess.
Bit of a mess.
We've done a lot of stuff. Ze and M8 left standing between buildings in the middle of the synth side of Garcia Station as they try their best to ferry as many of these escaping synths down into the tunnels. Thespa and her clutch of assassin wraiths all opened up tunnels in various parts of the city as all these synth defectors are trying their best to get down into the tunnels. Of course, revealing one of the Wraith side's secret weapons, the tunnels under the station. Now the synth army is going to be very aware of them. But for now, at least, you're getting some people to safety, as Trevor is keeping the fire of all the most serious, dangerous units. As you look out there, you catch glimpses between the buildings of these huge, scorpion-like tank synths, many of whom are just firing blindly in the sky, trying to hit Trevor, who barrel rolls and goes behind buildings, taking shots back down, taking out entire squads of synths wherever he can. But it's not enough. As he starts taking fire, you can see his shields are starting to wear thin.
Z, Boris, I didn't really have much more of a plan other than come down and start firing, but my shields won't take much more. I'm going to have to back off really soon.
You bloody... What? Do whatever? What did you say about Cleo?
Well, Margot must have had a tracking device or something, so Margot picked her up and she went back to Dias.
What? Cleo's alive?
Of course, Cleo's a... Oh, heck, Z.
Oh, you're actually making me tear up.
Yes, Cleo's okay. Well, she's not okay, but Cleo's alive, yes.
Boris and I have been... How do you know that Cleo's alive? We saw everything explode. Heck, we thought you were dead.
Well, I was in an escape pod, Z. This isn't really the best time for this, but what you need to know is that Cleo is alive, but she needs our help. So I'm gonna get you out of this mess, and then we're gonna go get her out of hers.
Let's wrap this up then.
just, I got something to win for. Yeah.
He's like, fuck this stupid shit.
Fuck the stupid war. Why are we helping M8 again? Oh.
What the fuck is that? Fuck
Yeah.
him, mate.
Yeah. Fucking
Fucking bogan.
bogan.
Okay, look, my shield is next to nothing now, so I'm gonna cycle back and I'm gonna land back behind your lot.
Right, Trevor, these people need to get to safety. If you can find a rock that you can park behind that still allows some of those turrets to shoot back, then do that. Because if we leave now, well, they're all lost.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to move, get these people out of here, because, heck, they ain't gonna last long.
What do you think we're doing, Trevor?
All right. Boris, I've got a lot of Cleo's equipment here.
I probably shouldn't touch that, Trevor.
Yeah, no, you probably shouldn't touch that. That's Cleo's stuff.
No, I'm talking about explosives, you know? She wouldn't mind if we were using them for something good, right? What if we brought down a few of those buildings?
If you embarrass yourselves using some of those big booms, well, I'm telling. I'll tell Cleo. Straight away.
Look, I'll come get some, Trevor, but I don't want to embarrass myself in front of Cleo.
No, do not want to do that.
Oh, heck, just come get some explosives and see if you can bring down a few buildings in front of these synths, okay?
When the ship does land, I'm going to jump in one of the turrets and just, because I'm still quite weak, right? I've healed myself, but like I'm still. You've taken a lot of hits. You're half healed. Yeah, I'm only half healed. You've refilled your shields too,
Yeah,
so you can take a hit.
Well, get your bloody butt down here then, Trevor. Also, we've got new friends you need to meet.
Well, that's surprising, I think, actually, from what I've been hearing from the two of you.
Oh, heck off. See you when you land.
And as you continue to just try and cover and guard, firing off a few blasts here and there at the synth army approaching, defector after defector making their way safely down to the tunnels, you hear the Grey Dragon whizzing around behind as Trevor comes in at quite a lot of speed sideways between the buildings before righting himself and gently landing in a slightly fortified position behind some rubble. Boris rushing back to go see Trevor. As Z follows, he sees the door open and Boris lunge inside, presumably tackle-hugging Trevor.
Presumably.
Bloody heck, there she is. Reese, how you doing?
It was frightening for a time, Z, but I have been buried on midspace before.
Oh.
So much feels.
Trevor, we thought you were dead with Cleo. Oh, that's Jordan!
All right, Z, let me have it. Come on.
Right, well,
I know. I lost my armor. I lost my blaster,
Yes, you have. And you're late.
and I'm late.
Yes. And you've lost some of your flying skill. That was shoddy work up there.
Yep. Well, I don't know. I want to shake, and Trevor extends one hand. We're like,
Well, watch out for... Don't buff the buff, but, yeah.
and just do a big bear hug on Trevor. Oh, Z says, when are you this strong?
I know. It's quite impressive, isn't it? Yep. Just feel that. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good to see you, mate. That's okay. Well,
It's good to see you too. And this here, buff little dense bot here, is M8.
Ah, yeah, dead sick. Look at this ship. Ah, shit. What a ride.
M8, this is our friend. And probably the best pilot in midspace.
The best pilot, not the best meat pilot.
Trevor sort of shoots Z a little surprised look before smiling faintly.
Oh, yeah, nah.
M8 then, was it? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, yeah, this is M8. That is me.
Well, thanks for looking after these idiots while I've been gone.
Oh, Zafrey. Elektra's been a mess for a long time.
Well,
That's the truth.
sir, it's been Oh, we thought you were dead. Oh, Cleo was dead. We thought Reese was gone.
It's
Everything.
also true.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought you were all, for what it's worth, for quite a while there, I thought you were all gone as well. That's why I had to dig up Reese and...
Not him, mate.
Yes. I didn't know about you yet, mate, but...
But yeah, nah, didn't see it.
But look, I managed to get in contact with, you remember Margot?
Margot?
Cleo's old...
Cleo's fiery friend.
Yes, well, she got Cleo out before the walls went down. Got her out of midspace. And, I don't really understand the whole thing, but she said something about Cleo was dead, then Cleo wasn't dead, and then... Look, Cleo's been kidnapped. BioLife.
We need to get everyone we know. We need to get everyone together. No matter where they're holding her, Trevor. We're gonna go in there.
Let's not forget that you've got yourself embroiled in a civil war down here, and we really have to deal with that first.
Let's get it done quickly then. How long's Cleo been there? Is she okay? Are they giving her snacks? How are they looking after her?
I had a brief conversation with Margot. I don't know any of this. Let's get ourselves out of here. We can go to Dias and work it out, okay?
Right.
Okay, here's my idea. I've got as much of these explosives kits that I can carry. What if what if I build a bunch of explosives and I give them to Thesper's class? I give them to Thesper's children because they can just jump around those buildings and get where they need to go, and they can bring all the ones in front of us down and take cover and get everyone away.
Yes. Oh, that sounds brilliant. Also, the Max. It's back. Can we get Sid over here to pilot the Max and go and ferry more people in?
Oh, that's a good idea. All right, well, I'm gonna take these explosive kits.
As Boris runs out the door carrying an armload of explosives.
I'll take this turret. Thesper.
Radio Thesper.
We need more time, Z.
Yes, we'll give you that. Boris is on his way with some of Cleo's explosives for your clutch.
Oh, we can work with that.
How many turrets have we got on the Grey Dragon?
Just two.
Just two. All right.
Hey mate, I'm going to take a turret.
Oh, is it time for M8 to take another turret?
No.
To
Don't take.
Take it somewhere else.
No. This ship. No. Leave Reese intact. Do not damage Reese.
All right then. Turret stays here. Strange.
So Z and M8 move into the turrets and begin providing as much suppressive fire as they possibly can. Boris distributing explosives to all of Thesper's children who just vanish into the alleyways. And as the driver, Sid, the tiny synth, makes his way slowly up the ramp of the Grey Dragon, climbs into the MAX, ejects, and then begins to fly. Seriously, managing to scoop away entire groups, 10 at a time, of synths from the back of the throng and take them over the wall to safety. But people are still dying as the synths, the tanks, are now focusing their fire straight back into the fleeing synths. Trevor, right, so you've got a turret, right, well, as soon as it's time for us to go,
This is so Trevor.
I'm ready. I'm ready to drive.
Trevor's
ready
like,
to
dang,
fly.
I've been back 6 seconds and everyone fucking forgot about me.
Yeah.
Ready, just keeping myself ready, limber, ready to fly. At a moment's notice.
Trevor, shoot something.
All right then. Trevor pops out a hatch and starts firing a single blaster pistol.
Yeah, it's like Tom Hanks is just shooting at the tank, you know.
Yeah.
Pew, 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 pew,
Yeah.
pew, pew.
Might get lucky.
Good on you, mate. Best pilot in the galaxy. Yeah, nah. Did sit there. Look at him go. Shit, yeah.
Meanwhile, across the galaxy in a top-secret BioLife facility. So, that's most of my skin back, I believe. Well, I have still got my card key. You have the other, I presume, my furry friend.
I got the other one. I've been hiding this.
Right.
That was
well,
quite a start. I'm still knitting back together over here. But
yes,
that
that's-
panel, they really helped.
I might have held back some of the pain, perhaps, but well, you're going to want to arm yourself as soon as possible. We need to come out fast and hard. If we see any guards, they need to go down. The good news is, of course, some of my other abilities should start returning once I get outside the cell.
Oh, really? Like what?
Oh, you will see.
You think I got anything like that?
Well, time will tell on that, won't it?
Oh, I guess, but boy, this whole thing is just a constant day at school. All right, well, let's get going.
All right, we have to do it at the same time, so on 3.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
And as Robin and Cleo place the key cards on the switches at the same time, the huge vault door unravels, unlocks, opens up. And
We
the two
did
of
it.
you are left looking out into an unguarded hallway.
I can't believe it, Robin. It's happening.
Well, let's not count our chickens before they're... What was it?
Before they're fried.
Something like that. Security will see that the door's opened. They'll probably have us on cameras once we get into the hallway as well, so we're gonna have to fight our way out.
You think they can see us? Right now?
Robin looks up to the corner of the room and then smiles a big, shit-eating grin and does a little wave just with his fingers.
God, Robin is bad as
Tiniest
hell.
little wave
That's
up at
very
the
scary.
camera in the corner. Oh yes, Cleo. They know exactly what has just been unleashed.
Oh, that is terrifying.
Well, shit. I guess we better be on our way then.
Yes, if you would take the front, I don't think I can stand quite as many blasts as you, if it's all the same.
Let's roll. I'm bringing this panel.
Nice. Cleo with like a giant tower shield, just
That's so
like
cool.
Yeah. We're tanking.
Robin walking lazily behind, keeping up the pace.
Robin, my client. Been thinking a lot about ancient Rome lately, you guys.
So as Cleo and Robin make their way down the hallway, Cleo holding a wall panel up like a shield, Robin sauntering along behind, you make your way around the first corner and immediately you feel and hear a blaster bolt striking the wall panel you're holding up.
Oh, we got company, Robin. We got
Yes.
company. You see that? I'm gonna move my little panel around.
As you pull the panel down to take a peek, you see there are four guards coming professionally down the hallway, walking towards you, blasters up high and aimed and ready.
Back in the cell. Get back. Both of you, back in the cell.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Robin, that hallway's mighty skinny. And I got my panel.
Oh yes, I approve.
I'm gonna rush them.
I'll be right behind you.
Let's go! Y'all ready for this? I'm gonna take off down the hallway. I'm gonna barrel him. I've got my panel out in front.
All right, give me a strength roll.
Oh, wait. Is this happening? Are we rolling?
And the three of them that haven't already shot at you are also going to get a shot off before you actually smash into them.
Fine.
Right, so you've rolled a 14.
I have rolled a 14, yes. Yes, I have.
As Cleo lowers one shoulder, charging down the hallway, holding up that wall panel like a huge shield, taking up the vast majority of this hallway as she lunges in at top speed, clearing the distance. You can hear on the other side of that panel the guards slightly panicking as they each take aim and fire.
Yeah, good luck. Oh,
One blast sailing overhead and hitting one of the light fittings, causing the light to start flickering and strobing in the hallway. Meanwhile, 2 more blasts immediately strike at the thin layer of armor that Cleo is holding above her, dealing
Oh, hold up.
through the shield 0 points of damage.
Yes!
I just rolled snake eyes on those 2 damage rolls.
That
They
looks
literally-
like double ones.
So yeah, no, the shield takes the force of both blasters.
Glob.
Okay, shit,
bless
and you
the
rolled
shield.
you rolled a 14, and these
Yes,
guys
I did.
tried to shoot you down instead of dodging, so they are, all 4 of them, getting bowled over.
Heck yes.
Cleo barges in, full bear speed, leaning into it. She feels a clunk, 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 clunk as she smashes into all 4 of these guards. Their blaster rifles go off again, shooting straight up at the ceiling as they are unable to aim, as they are squished by the panel, knocked down to the ground, the panel coming down on top of them. Cleo continuing to lumber another couple steps over the top, as they all take some damage as well.
Yeah, it's called flat damage.
Okay, what the hell? One of them takes 1, 3 of them each take 2. We've got some low damage rolls at the moment.
From being flattened? Heck. Well, y'all are slippery than a pack of boiled onions.
Get off!
I don't think I'll be able to do that.
Can you reach the radio? Reach someone call. I've got it.
No, I want to knock that out.
By all means. So as
With
you're
my
looking
foot,
down,
I'm gonna kick it. I'm stepping.
one of the guards is raising their hand up to their ear.
When I'm stepping.
All right, give me another strength roll.
Luckily, I rolled a 7.
Oh.
My leg isn't very long.
Cleo sort of stumbling across this wonky bit of paneling that's got 4 people under it, bringing a foot down on the hand of the guard who's trying to call to help. Unfortunately, she manages just to pin that arm still just within reach of the communicator. Like,
Prisoners escaped! Prisoners escaped! We're here in the first hallway. We can't hold them.
Well,
Robin leans in and claws at the face of the guard.
Whoa.
whoa, Robin!
Stop that! Plucking that arm away, pulling the communicator out of his hand.
Okay.
Are you listening?
Oh my God, Robin. Okay.
Tamsin, are you listening? Robin pulls away the communicator, flaps of flesh and blood dripping from it as he also tears away a portion of the man's face with it. Holding it up to one ear as blood drips down his arm and onto the floor. Tamsin, are you listening? I'm coming for you. Click.
Z, do you read me?
Yes, Vesper.
Explosives are in place. The buildings are going to come down now. We're doing our best not to have any friendly fire casualties, but... well, we've got to do what we can to save as many as possible.
What do you want from us? How can we help? Can't see anything other than shooting from here, but how can we get more of your people to safety?
You've got a ship, right?
Yes. This and the MAX that currently Sid is transporting people with.
Right, how many can we get in there?
Trevor?
Right, yeah, sorry, well, if we're talking maximum for a short-term journey, I don't know, we could probably do about 30, 35.
That's it? No.
You probably get more in, but yeah, Trevor's trying to be realistic rather than like, you know, shoulder to shoulder.
You talking about mates? Pecking mates?
Come, boys.
Sorry. Pack it in, mates. Yeah, I reckon that you can pack in
It's getting worse. They're synths
quite
anyway.
a lot of mates.
They're all synths.
Oh, yeah, okay. Delete all of it.
Offcuts.
Yeah.
Wow, there you go. That's a
Yeah.
pretty good offcut.
That's a pretty good offcut.
quite a bit of fatty light boys. Pack in those smallies. And they're quite compact. Just look at him, mate. Small.
Yo, I can see
dense.
the floor creaking under you there, though.
Yeah, it's just a detail.
Alright, well, yes, okay, Thespo. Send 50. Z, we're gonna have a real clean-up after this, I hope you understand.
What does that mean?
All that matters right now is we get this over and done with so that we can go and find Cleo.
Right. Oh, heck.
As you're talking, you begin to hear explosions happening just ahead in the city as dust flying everywhere, one building toppling over towards the enemy synths, a tank ducking out of the way before being crushed under rubble anyway. Another building pancaking itself down and forming a pile of rubble in front of you. As finally, the blast of fire stops for a moment. Synths still fleeing down into the tunnels. You see a large group of synths coming in a sort of train of tailing, lumbering, many injured, many just big and slow, coming back towards the Grey Dragon to climb on board. Boris among them.
One at a time. Two at a time then. The ramp can't take all of you. Z! I'm gonna try and get in with... okay, here I come. Oh, yeah, you're carrying me.
Yeah, nah, you
Bouncing on
listen
top.
there, young ones. Organise yourselves. That's it. Grid out. You know the drill. Make yourself compact. Get in there. If you can be small, we can get more.
We are taking on a lot of additional weight, Doctor.
It's only for a short while. We just need to get them over the wall.
I will trust you, but some damage is being sustained. Some damage is being sustained.
And indeed, as dozens of synths climb on board the Grey Dragon, dents are being put into the entry ramp. The metal panels of the floor are slightly creaking and bending in a little.
Right, so that's as many as you can take then. We're getting them in the tunnels, don't you worry. Those explosives bought us enough time, I think. Heck, we're gonna have to hurry though. They know about the tunnels now. They're gonna be right behind. Z, M8, just get back to the other side and we'll work this out over there.
There's so many people being left behind, but yeah.
We'll see you on the other side. Get them through safe.
We'll try. So that's me then, is it, Z? Right. Let's do this, Reese.
And Trevor fires up the Grey Dragon, grabbing onto the steering wheel, ramping up the power as the engine's turning over. The ship rises and sways in the air, pivoting on its axis, barely able to get off the ground.
Oh shit.
Oh, heck!
The heck's that, Trevor?
I think we've taken on a little bit too much weight, Z.
Boris, what can we do? Reese, how...
Reese, diagnostics, quick! Oh, someone's done a terrible job fixing you. Trevor, what have you done?
Look, I was in a hurry. We had to make do with scraps.
Well, look, Reese could normally handle this, but whatever you've done in there is a hack job.
Boris, can you get in there and fix it then?
Look, we've got the parts, of course. Hang on. Okay. I'm just gonna open up the hats, then... Oh, heck.
As Boris quickly moves a bunch of things out of the way, pushes a chair across the room, opens up a hatch down towards the engine, and you all feel heat just emanating out of there. As Boris is immediately drenched with sweat, rubbing his forehead, looking down the tiny little ladder.
Oh, God. Okay. I can do this.
Boris begins to descend down the ladder, and you hear a hissing as the sole of one of his boots starts melting on the ladder rung.
Bloody.
Oh, heck.
Leaping back up onto the bridge.
I can't do it, see? It's too hot down there.
We're sitting ducks right now. What the hell are we supposed to do?
What's that then, mate?
What? Look, I need to. It's a bit technical, but I need to fix the
Is the
engine.
door open?
Yeah, well, it's too hot down there, mate. I can't.
You have a winch.
All I got to do is take this piece here. I got to fortify one of the main link cables.
Yeah,
It's-
you
it's-
did say then get in there. Door's open. Hey, mate, these meats.
It's
These meats.
far too hot there, mate. Nobody can survive down there. We got to let the engine shut down, cool off completely, and then I can do the repairs. It's going to take us about 10 minutes.
This is... Listen, too hot. That's not for M8. M8 is dead.
Oh, but it's really,
This is M8's programming.
it's very hot there, mate.
Yes.
Like I don't think even a synth will have trouble.
M8 loves the hot. M8 loves the workshop. Zafrey, Elektra, remember the workshop.
M8 is maybe built for this type of work, Boris.
This is M8's prime directive.
Boris sort of stares at him, mate, for a little bit, like looking at him, you know, from all angles, and then looking around the walls of the Grey Dragon, and sort of like, you know, cogs turning his head as it sort of clicks. It's like
Hey, mate, take this and fix it.
thrusting the parts into M8's hands.
We'll fix it. I've been here before. Hello there, Reese.
Reese, isn't it exciting? This is
Alright.
M8 is a pre-war engine unit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
This is a fortunate coincidence. Similar units operated on me in the past.
I'll bet one of my mates. It's been a while, but I can find my way around. Hand me those pieces.
Well then-
Calm down now. You little ripper.
And you can see they're coming over the rubble.
So are we.
Don't worry about that, Trevor. I've got them.
Boris hands the supplies to M8 for M8 to go down the tiny little ladder down into the hot engine room below, as Z fires off suppressive fire as the first of many tanks
Oh, dang.
clambers over the demolished buildings, immediately resuming fire down upon the escaping synths. You see another defenseless unit stuck at the back of the throng take a blaster bolt straight through the back of the head, dropping down as the synths have to aim back, do their best. As Z holds them off as best he can, you can see synths are escaping into there. Meanwhile, the area inside the Grey Dragon is crowded with other synths, making themselves as compact and folded into the corners as they can, but all just sort of looking in with a dead-eyed misery as they see some of their compatriots being shot down from behind. Not everyone is going to make it. And although you've reached a point now where you might save most, there will be casualties. As M8 slowly but steadily descends down into the engine room, everything is red hot down here once you get closer to the engine. You can see a pretty standard Starsand space engine and a warp drive. However, it is all a combination of ancient and new. The engines perhaps that M8 was built with in mind at the base of it, with many modifications made by Boris over the months and years, and some hasty modifications made by Trevor. And that's where things are really falling apart. There's one of the joining cables is worn down to a hair strand of dense metal. There's struggling and shaking and barely holding on as the engine continues to rumble.
You did see it. He might have seen this before. Hello there, Reese. I can see that you've had many bandages over the years.
Please, be careful down there.
Absolutely. Yeah, that meat is right. This is a bit of a mess. I made us seen a mess before. They made us made a mess before.
They don't make them like us anymore, M8.
That's it. That's the fucking truth.
And M8 just kind of like pop, pop, knocks on their dense chassis.
While I appreciate Boris's modernizations of my frame, there is something to be said about having someone from the past here to help.
Oh shit.
That's very kind.
Well, yeah, I hear that. There's not many left that remember those days. But at my sanctuary, well, I've gathered as many as I can find. Let's have a look, shall we?
And M8 is kind of having a bit of a diagnostic look around.
Thank you, M8. Although I am just a Terran artificial intelligence, I always did feel a kinship with the Synth people, and Captain Reese always spoke about making peace and ending the hostilities. I wish you could have met him.
As M8 approaches the engine, he feels a tingling at the back of his sensory units. A very, very old-fashioned communication, the kind of which few synths have the capacity for, and fewer still Terran ships for sure. But regardless, it is clear that Reese is hailing M8 on a small, closed communication signal.
Oh, yeah, What's that, Reese? Connect.
M8, I thought I could give you diagnostics directly as...
Suddenly, M8 is given like a full, just 3D scan vision of the engine room. Everything that's not running exactly right. Everything that would be, Boris would have to diagnose piece by piece. M8 is just given like a boom, a readout.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
And even like the part that's in M8's hands, the part that's broken, it's all just like, oh yeah, click, chop and change. This is going to be easier than ever. Yeah, it's basically you've got advantage to do it. As Reese's what's the word for it? Reese's entire sort of being is also just kind of out on show as you see that there's some depth to this artificial being. Maybe not quite the same as a synth.
Just different.
The same level of emotion and complexity, perhaps, without having the artificial brain to process it in an easy to understand way.
Oh, yeah, Reese. This is Brill. I see everything.
We are cousins, M8.
We are cousins. Ah, shit. If I could pass us a coldie. But we've never been coldie folks, have we?
As M8 gets just a quick, almost like just a feeling, a rundown, a warmth coursing over them as memories sort of flicker by from back through the centuries. Reese, unlike a synth, was created fully formed, a direct copy of an artificial training model designed to create ships' artificial intelligences, and therefore Reese's earliest memory is simply being switched on by a captain. A single Terran soldier who turned on the shift and introduced themselves as Reese. There's so much information immediately stored in their artificial brain. They were built for war. They were built to stop the encroaching of the wraiths, the ongoing war with the synths, the menace of the artificial life forms that Reese couldn't help but intrinsically feel connected to, as the originator was a malfunctioning version of exactly what Reese themselves is. But then Captain Reese wasn't reinforcing these beliefs whatsoever. Captain Reese wasn't there for war. Captain Reese was an agent of peace. And so Reese the AI, dismissed this programming, was able to overlook the purpose of war and become the gentle thing that they are now. And although they don't carry the legacy code, they too are made of the same stuff.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh my god!
Are you going to do the honors or shall I?
Oh, Robin, we can share them.
Very well. Robin walks along the panel over to one of the guards, pulls back one arm, and then just blasts it down into the throat. Fingers straight and strengthened, it seems, as they just cut through the windpipe of one of the guards, pulling back out, gurgling, gasping for breath as the lungs fill with blood, and that guard spasms and dies. Robin then slowly walks over to the next guard, pulling back his elbow again, and once again ramming it down through the throat. Turning over to look at Cleo expectantly.
Well, now be quick about it, because we gotta get going. And I'm looking for blasters. Do they have any weapons?
They do.
Oh.
Each of them has a blaster rifle in their hands and a blaster pistol at their hip.
Okay. Well, Robin, you take at least 2 of these. I'm gonna carry as many as I can.
Very well. As Robin bends down, relieving one of the dead guards of their rifle, passing one to Cleo, grabbing another, putting it over his back as he walks up, not bothering to use the blaster, as he again lifts his elbow high, straightening his fingers, and then blasts those fingertips through the throat of a third guard, crushing the windpipe, sending blood gushing down into their lungs as the guard spasms and dies. Really sure you don't want to be involved in this, Cleo? They did hurt you a lot.
I'm just gonna shoot one in the head.
At this point, that's a mercy kill. You know what Robin's gonna do.
I know what Robin's gonna do. I'm just gonna quickly, offhand shoot one and be like, "Ha! They hurt the outside, Robin. But what's inside, that's all mine. We ain't got time for this. Let's go."
I couldn't agree more.
Robin's broken. Robin's bad.
Same. Me and Robin are becoming real good friends, and I'm into Robin.
Trauma bonding.
I'm real scared, but I'm also kind of like, hell yeah, let's go, Robin. Yeah, we're going. We're getting out.
Are you gonna pick up the shield again, or
yeah, I'm gonna pick up.
You're going like rifle forward now.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pick up the shield because that was really smart. It'd be fun to dual wield right now, and that's what my heart wants. But my body.
Big shield.
Telling me no.
Shield and blaster is kind of cool.
Shield and blaster can be cool too. My heart is telling me yes, but my body is telling me no. So we're gonna get the shield and the blaster. And do I have any clothes left on?
I think you'd have burnt rags that are barely clinging on. Like if this were a film, there'd be just enough to hide the naughty bits.
Okay. I would like to get an additional blaster and tie it to myself with a shred.
Just in
case. A dangler.
Die hard that thing onto your back.
This is exactly what's happening. We might as well be in the vent right now.
Broken glass all in your feet.
Yeah, probably. We don't care.
Oh, I mean, it's a bit like Robin would literally just walk through it, barefoot and not even slow down.
Jeez. Come on, Robin. We gotta get out of here. We ain't got no time for this. Get you some blasters and let's go.
Robin, for his part, seems to be sort of looking around the room, but not really looking. Maybe listening around the room, but that doesn't seem quite right either.
Oh boy.
His head inclining. Yes, I think maybe we need to get a little further from the cell.
Cleo wants to ask more about that, but just waves it off and keeps going.
So you get round the corner where you encountered these guards. The lights all flickering now from when they were shot, and you come to a staircase. The very staircase that Cleo saw the mercenaries when they took her in, descending in such a ridiculous planned way. And the two of you begin ascending up the stairs, the flashing light behind you growing distant as it lost under the ceiling. And when you're halfway up the stairs, it's when suddenly all the lights go out. And an alarm starts blaring.
Not that. But, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's another one for your bank, Dan.
Yeah, good.
You can tell he really liked that one.
Oh, they've cut the lights, Cleo.
Robin, you hear anything coming? That alarm don't
Not a
bode well.
thing.
But it's only a matter of time before they found us.
Well, there's only one way forward, I suppose.
We either going back or we keep going. And damn it, I ain't
but I
never
would-
going back.
I would much rather not return to the cell, yes.
Well,
My family awaits.
let's keep going.
And so the two of you make your way slightly slower now in the dark up the stairs, feeling your way up in the pitch black. Stumbling as you reach the top of the stairs, realize there are no more stairs to ascend. Continuing along until you can see a small, flashing red light. And as you get closer, you realize that it's the panel of a door.
Robin,
I'm right here.
how much further do you think? Come up against this door and see if you hear anything. I think your ear's better than mine.
Robin comes right up. You can see illuminated in that faint red glow of the small LED light, Robin's pale face as he comes up against the door, almost face to face with Cleo, putting one ear to it and listening.
Oh, I hear absolutely nothing, I'm afraid.
Well, that's either real good or real bad.
Those dark, dead eyes staring straight into Cleo's.
Oh, I suspect it's probably the latter. They know where we are.
Well, so do we. Let's go.
Robin withdraws the security pass that he had in his hand and holds it up to the door panel. And the red light turns green as the door slides open. As the crack opens, you can see light coming in, almost blinding you as the door opens up. And as you adjust to the lights, you realize you are staring down the barrels of at least 20 blaster rifles. As mercenaries are assembled, the front row on one knee, a row behind them standing up, several others around the corners in defensive positions. Every single one of those guns aimed down the door at the two of you. And that is where we'll end the episode.
Oh, horror.
Whoa.
Horror.
Well, everything is feeling a bit spicy. Yeah.
I felt like it was going to get really good, and then it got really,
Yeah,
really
it did.
glittery and nice, and it was really, like, it made me
You
cry
know.
a little bit, and then
A
now
little
at the
bit.
end, you've just made me pucker up, and it's very scary.
I'm just
Pucker
like,
up.
I knew that eventually we would get in trouble, but I definitely didn't envision this at all.
Oh yeah, you got a handle on things. You managed to get guns, right?
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
But
That said-
dang.
Yeah, I mean, if you get blasted completely to pieces, that is that. I'm afraid. So avoid that. You know, come up with a plan that doesn't involve running headlong into 20 blasters because
Fine.
they will kill you.
It's a
Well,
hot
that
tip
isn't
right
my
there.
plan.
There's a hot
So
tip
that's a
from the
pretty
dick.
good tip.
Don't die. Good.
Are you looking for advice? Here it is.
Here it is. Don't die. Good.
Don't die. Do not
useful
run
one.
headlong into this trap.
Well, heck, I mean, I'm looking forward to coming back. It's so cool to be back with Trevor. It's making me look forward to very much to getting back to Cleo and getting the entire gang back together.
Oh, doing some reunion stuff has felt good. Like,
I mean, props
It
to
did.
you having to do so many characters today. You had to do so many monologue conversations.
oh, jumping around all these different characters, different scenarios.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like-
really
Yeah.
cool. Really cool.
it's a good thing I've got a strong inner vision of what all of this looks like.
And so, with that in mind, did you get to do everything that you wanted to do today, or did your strong inner vision falter at the dice rolls and the directions that we took it in?
Let me see. Like, There's things I didn't even think of, like the sort of the having an M8 Reese moment.
Oh, that was so lovely.
Really, it's a fun, cool idea that, like, you know, like should have been obvious, but I hadn't really thought of it before today.
No, that was great.
That was cute.
As well, I didn't really know how things would go with Robin, like whether or not it would freak Cleo too much, or if Cleo's just like, you know what, I kind of get it right now.
I've chosen not to be freaked out by Robin because I think of like how it is when Cleo and Z are in it. Like, we have traditionally done whatever we needed to do to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how Cleo sees it.
Cleo's pretty murderous when she needs to be.
Cleo is a survivalist.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes chewing your own leg off to get out of a trap if you have to.
Yeah.
And
this
preferably
is like
someone else's leg. But
scary, horrible place, you know, and you get the impression that Robin has been trapped down there, tortured for fuck knows how long.
Like you have to acknowledge the spectrum of the whole situation, and the context is that bad. So, you know, and it's not like she came into this environment friends with these people anyway. There's a history. So if anybody's getting blasted, it's BioLife.
Blast them.
Heck 'em.
Blast them to heck.
There ain't no negotiating.
So, well, I guess we'll have to find out what you've got in store for both the Split and Split Part 2 next time.
Oh, yes. We'll come straight back into it, and we'll try and wrap up both of these two storylines.
Come back next time to see what splits in half.
And why is it a BioLife mercenary?
Why ain't it?
Well, heck, if you want to hear more of us in your ear holes, then go and check us out on Patreon. You can find all of our tasty extra stuff that we call sidearm. It's all the bits that we cut out of the episode, or our chats before and after when we are recording. And we also have...
I'll tell you what, we had a bit of that today.
Oh, a little bit. And we also have over there Ralaran. It's our D&D 5th edition podcast where we cut our teeth on podcasting. And you can hear, 80-something episodes of that over there. And
it's a story as well that goes from start to finish. We actually managed to finish telling a story with that one.
Yes.
And see what we used to be like.
If you want to get all of that extra goodness into your ear holes, then that will only cost you the price of one fancy fruit a month. Put down one fancy fruit and pick up some lovely bastards.
Dragon fruit.
Yes.
And hey, I mean, you wanna talk to us about what's been going on. You want to give your fan theories. You want to give your suggestions, your complaints. You want to just hang out and look at memes. Come join our Discord if you got the time and the will. We're all hanging out there. We'd love to see you.
We will see you there.
Details are all in the show notes. So you can look down there and click, or you can just sort of type things into your little chosen browser. Google Backwater Bastards. You'll find all of our stuff.
You'll find it.
In the meantime, I think we just got to have to say one last little thing.
Oh, what's that?
Bah!
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 Tune in next time for another edge of your seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_bastards. Check out our Instagram on Instagram.
Miss Tamsin, they've almost made it up the stairs.
Yes, I know. We wanted to do a stress test. Now, you do understand what will happen if they pass the next threshold. We cannot allow that. So you will stop them. If we lose men in the process, it's all part of the science. But be a dear, put them back in their cells before they get all the way up here to the command, if at all possible. Right, however many mercenaries you need, send them down their way. Cleo, let's see what you can do.